I would like to say that Mute is the worst movie I've ever seen. But I can't even say that about the film because it's so poorly made and unprofessional that I don't even think it qualifies as an actual movie. Okay, Netflix, I need you to say it with me. Quality over quantity. And I hear you have a pretty spiffy headquarters out there in Hollywood land, and I think you should really emblazon that mantra on a wall over there. I don't know, put it on everyone's desk. Clearly, though, it needs to seep into the corporate culture there because you're pulling a Megan Ellison. You're writing big checks to woo talent, and you're wooing them to their creative deaths and perhaps the death of your brand. Because this, wow, everyone's going to reach a breaking point eventually when they hear, ooh, Netflix movie, and they go, no, thank you. Because after I think the Cloverfield paradox and now this, I'm getting a little remote clicker shy. I don't know about the rest of you. I mean, I have to go here because it's my job. But I'm curious how the rest of you feel. Now, also, we've discussed this before, I believe, but this is another excellent example of why studio executives and producers who actually care about the quality of their product are so important because they keep artists from falling down the rabbit hole. Now, yes, Mute does have a producer, Stuart Finnegan. But you know what? Stuart really only produces Duncan Jones movies, so he's Duncan Jones's puppet, basically. You know, Duncan Jones, I guess, could produce these themselves, but he's busy thinking of crap movies to make. It's so bad. I feel a little betrayed considering the talent involved here. We'll talk about Duncan Jones in just a moment. But sometimes, you know, a lot of talent will have a producer who is really just, again, as I said, you know, I don't mean it in a negative, well, it is a negative thing, but it's like they're a puppet. Call a spade a spade. They're there just as an extension of the talent to back the talent up. And I hate to say it, but it's a lot of the times the problem I have with male directors having their wives as their producers because they're not really their own entity. And I think, you know, Stuart Finnegan and all those producer wives should feel horrible because they're not doing their jobs. They're not doing the person they're supporting any favors because this is going to be a brutal chapter for Duncan Jones, if not the end of his book called Duncan Jones, Hollywood Director. All right, so Duncan Jones, man, again, wow. I used to cheer this guy on. A lot of us did. Like after Moon, he was the talent to watch. And when he didn't get Man of Steel, we were like, oh, what a missed opportunity. You should have gone with Duncan Jones. But now, after Warcraft, and now this, oh my God, the road not traveled. Thank goodness. I mean, Warcraft had its moments. You know, I thought Warcraft was mildly entertaining. But I can't say the same about Mute whatsoever. Mute plays like the very first screenplay written by a teenage boy who isn't going to grow up to be a screenwriter. Whoa, cliche after cliche after cliche. And speaking of cliches, what's with this continued fascination of making all female characters in a movie prostitutes or prostitute adjacent? It's ridiculous. And let me tell you, all right? I don't care how much a prostitute seems like she has a heart of gold or how much she seems like she loves her job or just that one special client, okay? From the perspective of a woman, it's a shitty, degrading job and life that 99.9% of the time, higher than that, doesn't end well. And this movie proves to be no exception, all right? So I don't know how this unrealistic fantasy is not only sticking around Hollywood, but seems to be thriving lately. It's ridiculous to me. Although I will say that Florence Kasumba's glitter and rainbow body paint was amazing. And I wish she was wearing it in a different movie. Think about that. From Dora Milaje to Space Prostitute. Wow. Hollywood is a tough business. Made even more evident by the fact that she didn't really have any lines in either movie. Even when she was also a Dora Milaje. Stand here, Florence, and wear this cool outfit. Stand here, Florence, and now wear this cool outfit. Florence deserves better. I know she has a cool look, but come on. Give her some opportunity here already. Now, also, here's another damn shame. I've now seen Blade Runner visuals so many times in such a short amount of time that they're not special anymore, right? Anyone can do them and does. And get this, the mainstream hasn't been interested in any of these. So it's not like there was some craze and Blade Runner visuals went out in a blaze of glory. They died for nothing. Okay, so now the acting. The acting's actually pretty good. And Duncan Jones must be one heck of a guy in person that he could sign on anyone to star in this script. I mean, unless they didn't read it, I don't know. But let's go through the cast. Paul Rudd is by far and away the best thing in here. He's the only thing with a pulse in the movie. And he's constantly trying to liven things up whenever he's on screen. And I appreciated it because I had to sit through it. So at least when he was there, I was like, okay, you're at least holding my attention. Then for Justin Theroux, doing a lot of hair acting here. His blonde locks are an interesting look for him. I'll give him that. But wow, he's playing a pedophile. I mean, and it's in the movie for no reason whatsoever. I guess just as an added layer of danger for Paul Rudd's daughter, like, ooh, is the pedophile uncle gonna get her? And there are some developments with it. I won't give it away in case you want to watch this movie. It's like one of the only plots in the film, right? I mean, the thing just drags on forever, seemingly doing nothing. But there's one scene where a little girl, Theroux's playing a doctor, and she's in an exam room. She's got a fake leg, so he says that he has to see what the gait looks like, see her walk with it on a treadmill. And he has to film it. And he films it from behind, and her hospital gown is open, and you can see her underwear. And you're like, you guys really filmed this? Like, there are just some places you shouldn't go. And before some of you were like, it's art, Grace. This movie's not art, okay? It's a flimsy, crappy sci-fi movie. So what's the point of putting a pedophile in it, right? I mean, it's not like Candy or some movie like that makes you think or, puts a spotlight on a travesty. I mean, it's just put in there for quirkiness. You don't put pedophilia in a movie for quirkiness. It was really bad. And then Alexander Skarsgard, of course, he just won all these awards for Big Little Lies. So what the heck is he doing here? And while the whole Amish man in a futuristic Blade Runner world is like an interesting idea, they never did anything with it. It was a whole bunch of like, it'd be cool, and then they just like plop it in the movie and then they're done with it. They don't develop it. It doesn't pay off anywhere down the line. I'm sure there's one or two payoffs in the movie, but it's just horrible. And also, as for not being able to talk, also pointless. It didn't do any, there wasn't some deeper meaning to it. It didn't allow Alexander Skarsgard to have like some amazing acting opportunity. He just didn't talk, and it was as annoying to watch as it was to like other characters in the movie. Now there's also a shout out to Moon with Sam Rockwell on some TV screens portraying the aftermath of that movie. You can hardly see it, right? And quite frankly, it was just sad for me to have a brilliant movie like that associated with this one, right? And also Duncan Jones, he says he wants this to be a trilogy. Moon, Mute, and then a third film. But I don't know if Duncan Jones has anything left at this point. Think about it. His movies have gotten progressively worse. And now, again, he has finally reached unwatchable. I would think that would be rock bottom. So I don't know where you can go from here. It's really bad. So I don't think you should waste your time with this movie. But if you do, share your thoughts down below. Don't spoil anything without a warning in case somebody else wants to watch it, right? Although feel free to put any warnings down below yourself, to back me up and if you agree people shouldn't watch this. But what I really would like to hear about are your thoughts not only on the career downward trajectory of Duncan Jones's career, but also Netflix movies. How do you think they're progressing? What do you think how this is working out? If they just keep supplying you with basically free content, are you good? Write those thoughts down below. And of course, as always, you can check out some more videos right now.